Look, yonder comes the schooner, all the way from Spain. There stands good St. Nicholas, coming back again. Frisking up and down the deck, see his horsey go, how prettily the pennants flutter to and fro. His servant smiles upon us, with gifts his bags are rich. Who's good shall have some goodies, who's naughty gets a switch. Every winter the good old Bishop St. Nicholas comes in his ship over the sea from Spain. And who is that with him? It is his servant, a little Moor named Black Pete. They are bringing goodies and toys for the children of Holland. Ages and ages ago, a certain man became so poor that he saw no way out of his difficulty save to sell his 3 beautiful daughters. But one night someone came secretly and dropped a large sum of money through the broken window pane of the poor man's house. The next night a second gift of gold suddenly fell down the chimney. On the third night the poor man, grateful beyond words, waited to find out who it was that was thus relieving his dire stress. When he heard a noise at the door, he suddenly flung it open and fell at the feet of the man outside. Then he saw that it was St. Nicholas, and he cried, "O Nicholas, servant of the Lord, wherefore didst thou hide thy good deeds?" And from that time forth, everyone has known that it is St. Nicholas who brings presents during the night. St. Nicholas brings gifts to every child in Holland, except those who have been naughty. The naughty ones, alas, get nothing but a switch. A few weeks before St. Nicholas Day, all the shops and candy stores are gay, and everyone is happy. Throughout November, and even before, St. Nicholas sees and hears everything that goes on. Aye, he knows exactly what children do not deserve presents. At night he rides over the roofs on his white horse, and sometimes he listens at chimneys. Then many a little child puts before a fire a wooden shoe filled with hay, and a piece of rye bread for St. Nicholas's horse. In the morning it often happens that the hay and bread are gone. The good white steed has eaten them, and in their place are left candy and little spice cakes for the child. It is on St. Nicholas Eve, the 5th of December, that the good saint rides. In his magic red mantle he can go all over Holland in a single night. And the children sing, "Santa Claus, good holy man, put your best red tabard on, riding it to Amsterdam, from Amsterdam to Spain. Apples come from orange, pears fall from the trees. Santa Claus, come please." But if you want Santa Claus to come, you must be good. And if you ever see a little black boy, be careful how you treat him. He might be Santa Claus's darky. Once more walked the streets as black as pitch. The sun shone on his curly head, so he put up his parasol. This little Ferdinand saw, and he ran with a flag in his hand. Caspar, too, with a piece of cake, and Billy, rolling his hoop, gladly joined the party. These 3 made fun of the Moor and laughed at his black skin. Then came good Santa Claus with an inkwell, a huge one, and said, "Come, boys, listen here. Leave that poor little Moor alone. It is not his fault that he is not white like you." The boys, however, paid no heed. He took a firm hold from the boys. Little men now look out. He put them in his strong hand, Caspar, Bill, and Ferdinand, and the inkwell black and deep. Crying was no use. When they ran away, they were black, all 3, as black as a little more. On St. Nicholas Eve, the housewife spread out a large white sheet in the center of the floor, and round it stand the children with sparkling eyes and flushed faces eagerly waiting for Santa Claus. As soon as the clock says it's nearly time for him to appear, they all begin to sing. Good Saint Nicholas, bonny, 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 give a gift to little Johnny, fill my wooden shoe. Good Saint Nicholas, I thank you. Sometimes the first inkling the children get of the saint's arrival is the rattling of chains outside. As little more has done that. How mysterious, how creepy. When a shower of sweets bursts into the room and St. Nicholas appears with his long robe and his tall hat and his bishop's crook. With great dignity he enters and calls the children by name. To each he points out his faults or praises him. The children are deeply impressed. How strange that Santa Claus always knows if they have been good or bad. He tells them to be obedient and helpful to their parents. Then he hands out the presents of a great basket which he has brought. In the rear stands Black Pete with an open sack in one hand. And that he will put all the naughty boys and girls, and he holds a rod too, which he shakes with vigor. You'd better be good and look out for Black Pete's switch. Once a surly old abbot scolded that he would not permit St. Nicholas songs to be sung in his church. They were childish, worldly, foolish. He like a naughty boy with Santa Claus's rod, till he changed his surly old mind and opened his heart to the joy of St. Nicholas Day. Let everyone who is not good beware of Black Pete's rod. Before leaving, St. Nicholas draws out a bag full of goodies and scatters them abroad, while the children scramble for them till they are sent off to bed. Then the sheet with the mess is cleared up and the older people begin their celebration. Next morning the children run eagerly to the chimney where the night before they have set out their shoes. They are full of candy, presents, and the children's initials in chocolate. Cookies made in the shapes of birds, beasts, and fish. Large dolls of cake. Cake baked like St. Nicholas or Charlemagne on horseback. Sugar candy hearts, slippers, scissors, or St. Nicholas's boat. It must never be known by old or young who gives the gifts on St. Nicholas Day. No, they must be mysteriously handed out and done up in all sorts of queer disguises. Shall things are sometimes baked into a loaf of bread, or done up in a number of times into packages quite enormous. The longer it takes before the present is found, the more successful the surprise. And so the happy day goes. Everywhere smiling faces, mirth and jollity. Good feelings makes all men brethren on this most beloved of merry Dutch holidays.